Well, hello, this is the final boss, and this is Absorber. I am playing some music in the background because this game has no music. Um, it has no tutorial as well. It has a timer that I'm apparently running out of time on. Hope that's okay. Um, I'm not exactly sure what this does. It seems that it gives me, I gain a little bit of stats every time I kill something, and I can kill up to 200. So it's sort of like an idle game, which I get. So this might not be the most enthralling video ever. I get 2 speeds. I'm gonna fight a bat. And so I see its life goes down as I kill it. I think I had already played like one bat kill, so I might be a little bit ahead of the curve. So I'm gaining stats every time I kill a bat. Physical damage equals physical damage. I'm glad for that. Life, maximum attack, okay, do speed, the value of each turn. I wish I could read it. It's showing up off screen. Oh, and then I died. Auto fight. Alright, sure. Got 8. I guess I'm fighting. I fighting bats, aren't so this is telling me what I auto fight, and these are my stats. Lifesteal. Percent of life restored from each attack. So I guess bats are giving me lifesteal? Am I getting lifesteal from bat kills? Okay, so I'm getting lifesteal, so that's actually pretty handy. Not very much lifesteal. Killed the bat 13 times. Okay, I got my save. Soft reset, hard reset. Interesting, nice. My log. Remuro, bat was killed, so this is my battle log. And I said it has a little logging here. And the relative game time. Chance crit. I'll take it out. Let's see. So the light blue is off. Okay. Death. Interesting. Crit. Death. Chance. Basic. Effects. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, not a bat. Nice. So, doesn't seem like there's much that I can do outside of just letting this be an idle game. Interesting though. Obviously, the art is a little rudimentary, and that's something to really think about, right? Because I do, there are such affordable sources of art, free art for game developers, that it's almost a shame. I mean, obviously it's fun. Hey, if this is your creative vision, go for it. But there probably are some opportunities to find some, nice art that gives a little bit more depth. I know it's control for stats, so if I click on the turtle, control stats, so it has 1 damage. So that's what I gain. Gets me some resistance, 1 damage, 10 life. 1 regen, I'm guessing. Lucky it's not a blue turtle. Upon thy belly shall thou go. So I'll read the fun flavor text. I'll be the writer and I'll read the flavor text. But I don't know if there's that much else I can comment in this game. If you don't press like, it will haunt you. I'm not an evil slime. Then why am I killing it? So this is 0.3. So if I wanted to fight an evil spirit, okay, I really gotta wait till my health heals to full. So this is 0.1. That's 0.5. So evil spirit's tougher than slime, but it only has 1 health. Oh, so I can kill him. What do I gain? I just gain a bunch of speed. That kind of sucks. Why would I ever fight an evil spirit? It's useless. Dungeon. Yeah, I mean, chance. What do all these chances mean? What does the chance mean? 50 stars? Boy, oh boy, I wish I knew what some of this stuff meant. I wish there was equipment and gear. That'd be kind of cool. Chance, gold star. What does that even mean? Okay, here we go. Ah! Let me stay on the fight screen even if I'm dying. Okay, blue slime. What's chance do? Crit chance. Double physical damage. Okay, so that's its crit chance? So it has a crit chance. And I gain crit chance? So am I gaining crit chance by fighting evil spirits? What? I just want to read this. Dodge. So I'm gaining some chances. So this is so that's the evil spirit stats. Okay, so my stats are on the right hand side. I have to just go to the bat because it'll be a little faster. Yeah, I do wonder. I mean, to some degree, I feel like the numbers are so minuscule. I mean, like, I don't think I got any crit chance from fighting those folks. Let's auto fight. Let's stop auto fighting. Stop auto fighting. Okay. Let's see. I mean, it's like gain. So it does a lot of damage and it has a lot of life, so I don't think I would beat it. Again, same thing. Lots of life, lots of damage, lots of life. But I gain a lot of life steal. So if I could kill one vampire, that'd be great. But I don't think I can. That's kind of like a boss, isn't it? Oh yeah, not a chance. Alright, stop fighting. Goodness gracious. I wish I could leave a fight early. So this is its chance, but I get crit chance. But was that shown? So I received some crit chance. Gain crit. So that's its stats. Chance to double the physical damage. Double physical damage. Okay, so this is what I'm gaining from him. So I go back to the dungeon. I'm gaining a bunch of crit and stuff. So evil spirits give you crit. Blue slime gives you some stats and crit, but this is pretty much just only crit. So this is just like the gambly build. But again, like, because this game is running it back so many times, like, expected value kicks in. So, you know, so there's a few thoughts I have so far. And I think, you know, there's not too much more to, like, dig into. Obviously, I think this is a cool project. You know, some of the art and some of even just the UI, like the fact that this UI element is much larger than the other ones and doesn't fit one-to-one is kind of weird. So just, you know, being thoughtful about, I gotta change my name, El Boss. Active items. Do I have items? Active items equals max items. Effects. Yeah, I got some like a -% lifesteal. But again, so like some of these stats, like I would really think about your exponential curves and like your mathematics when you're doing this, right? Doesn't feel good to gain 0.01 of a stat. Like that just is, it just doesn't feel very interesting, and it doesn't feel very rewarding for defeating a monster. And like obviously this is an idle game, so you just like leave it on and you forget about it. Like that's fine. But you know, I do believe there's probably more. Finish. So there's quests. Okay, kill 10 bats. I get 43 bat kills. Absorb, gain 2 damage. So there's some quests. I like this. Last but kill 1 toasty man. Toasty superhero who turns bread into edible sunshine. That's true. Fight until you've killed 1 turret. Eli Asi Eka. Okay. Fight until you kill. If there are many heroes, then we will replace them all. Let the entire world know that Necromancer is the true hero. Nice. I like the fun flavor text. Dot equals damage over time refers to damage that is added over a period of time. You only collect a chance to use The dot, the damage estimated by your magic. Okay. So let's gain. I'll just start auto fighting bats. Oopsie daisy. Turn auto fight on. Get some more. So if I go to my quests, man, look at how slow that is. Like, it's just not, doesn't feel great. And then I don't know what I get. So each damage enemy generates additional size. Kill enemies that give that damage. Okay, so if I finish this quest, do I receive anything? I am not certain. I'm not certain. I mean, I've... Super crit. Okay. Dodge. Make a crit. Super critical. I don't know what all these terms are. Like, there's a lot of... Okay, so here are my thoughts. There are a lot of proper nouns. Like, I mean, some of them I get. Like, I know what crit is. I know what these types of things are. Don't know what mega crit is, you know, until I read the tooltip. Don't know what super crit is until I read the tooltip. And because these icons are all homegrown, you know, I mean, consider looking at what, like, League of Legends, because League of Legends has very similar stats, right? They have magic, they have AP, they have AD. You know, look for that iconography that people are already familiar with, and it'll get you a long way. Like hearts, I know this is my life. Sword, I'm guessing this is damage. Speed, it's such a funny number. It's hard for me to decipher what that means. 2,320.3. And then I'm only gaining like these tiny increments of speed. Okay, I'm getting 2. So one thing to think about is why not scale everything up by a factor of 100, right? I'd rather gain 2 attack than 0.020 attack, but then fight enemies that have 200 health. Right? So, you know, sometimes bigger numbers are better. And maybe it gets to that point, right? Where like this guy has 15 health, this guy's 120, and maybe it gets into like a gajillion, and it results from your fertile imagination. Thanks. Imagination is very fertile. But yeah, I mean, like I love the comedy and the writing. I think that's really fun. I would really encourage saying, hey, like, it's probably not super hard to, you know, level. Like, it would literally take like $10 to level up this art into something that is a lot more expressive, right? Like, that can bring me into the world. Because, like, while I think this art is great and sufficient, it's not immersive, right? Like, it's not bringing me into a world and letting me imagine something. As silly as it sounds, like, Cookie Clicker, which is a very similar type of game, has very dynamic art. You know, they have that cookie that crunches and spits out cookies. So, I mean, I actually do believe that art's quite important. I've also given feedback to other idle games, so you should go to finalbossediting.com and see what that stuff is there. Because, for example, one of the things that they also do, I think that is very helpful, and you seem to have a knack for writing fun, you know, fun things, right? Like, you know, if I press shift, if you don't press like, it'll haunt you. I'm an evil slime upon thy belly shalt thou go, dust shalt thou eat till the days of thy life. Well, that's very, prophetic. Lucky it's not the blue one. You know, so like silly things like that. I think, I don't know what that joke refers to. Maybe I don't want to know. But having some fun little, like a ticker, like, you know, that news ticker on Cookie Clicker that says, Grandma's revolting, blah, 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 blah. There seems to be a place for items. I mean, I really do believe this is a game where you should be able to get items. Like, it's RPG, there eventually should be, like, equipment. Should have a big inventory over here, and I can kind of pick and choose. I do believe that, hey, if you really want this to feel more rounded out, that might be a direction to go. And long term, if you find that you have a number of people playing this game and wanting more, you know, the the legacy system where you return and you start back from zero, but you get some permanent stat increases that help the early game go a lot faster. Essentially what they do, like, look at the mechanics in those games, like Cookie Clicker. There's a reason people still play Cookie Clicker for years and years and years. Some of it's the humor, some of it's the ticker, some of it's the narrative and the flavor text. But just as much as your job is to, have a good mechanical system, and I think there are ways to improve it, right? Like, I think numbers are too small. They just don't feel meaningful, right? Rather than having 100 damage, eventually Cookie Clicker gives you like 1 billion cookies a click. Like, that feels much more satisfying than, oh, after killing 1,000 bats, I can now get, 10 damage. Like, that's a little bit less engaging to me. I do think, you like, some of it is just the experience of the flavor text, the writing, what you're doing, like what is engaging and interesting about these kind of various stories. So in terms of my suggestions, I would say, if you love the art, keep it, but if you don't feel that committed to it, consider getting some other art. But if that's like, hey, this is my thing, that's fine. The numbers are confusing and they don't have much meaning, right? Like 0.001 doesn't feel like I'm getting anything out of that. In terms of the general gameplay, I think you need more content here. Like the quests, I don't even get anything for quests. Actually, I want to check. I have 4 out of 2. I don't think anything happens. Where's my lifesteal? Still 4. So yeah, like, give me some rewards for quests. Give me some stats at least, or some items. Help me, like, these quests should be guiding me towards different ways to build, right? And say, oh, you know what? I want more block, or I want more this, or I want more that. And those quests should should reward me and say, oh, maybe I'll start attacking, because then you want someone to make a decision, say, oh, you know what? Turtles give me resistance. I want to attack turtles. The reason being is, it'll get me further on my quest that gives me more crit, and I'll get a big crit reward. So thinking about those record mechanics, making those fun moments happen of like, ooh, I got it. Or yes, I can now do this, right? I can now do this next thing I want to do. I can now do this next thing I want to do. It just numerically feels too incremental, and there's not like those win moments that I think you need. And like, quests should flash when I have a quest ready. Like, simple stuff like that might improve the experience quite a bit. Yeah, and finally, I think the narrative's fun. On the kind of the creative side, I think the narrative's fun. I love the silly jokes. You need 4 iron blocks and a pumpkin. Yeah, that's really scary jack-o'-lantern, but I track it. But yeah, so like, your writing's fun. It's silly. It has a great tone. So I think that something to consider is do more of it. Have a ticker that says evil spirits complaining that someone's stealing all their crit. Blue slimes, still think they're the good guys while they're dissolving you. Whatever it is. Silly, fun little things. And try to, as you defeat bats or when you conquer a boss, you unlock more. And that's exactly what Cookie Clicker does, right? But again, all this is for, a very good reason, and it's because these idle games, really, like, the feel of it matters, and returning and finding something new. Like, the dopamine kick from an idle game is the return and saying, ooh, I came back, I got something new, and I can now do this. So like, I don't know if that's quite here yet. Like, it doesn't, when I return to this game in 20 minutes, if I've only gotten 10 damage or like 2 damage, that doesn't feel like I really have won. If I've unlocked some quests, completing those quests don't feel like I've really done anything. I also would really encourage items, like that would be a really clever thing to do, and maybe have some idle-like mechanics where you combine 3 items to make a bigger one, and you combine 3 helmets to make a bigger one, and they can specialize in different things, like, because it is very static in terms of, I'm not, really choosing my build very much. I'm just kind of choosing what button to click and wait for a little while, which, it is an idle game, that's totally reasonable, but I do think there's some opportunity there that, given some time and a little bit of polish, I think, yeah, I think you can really have something here. Idle games, I think, are a fantastic thing. They're very fun. They're very achievable for a single developer to make, and I think it's worth doing. So keep at it, and best of luck in your continued work on this game. But yeah, this is Absorber. It's about idly destroying monsters, stealing their stats, and becoming godlike in time. But overall, great job to the developer. Talked about it for longer than I thought, so good on you for making this project, and I'm excited to see what updates arise as you continue working on it. So keep up the good work, and have a good one. Bye-bye.